Hey guys, and welcome to Film Study, where we analyze films in various ways to make you see it in a different concept, and change a part of a scene and figure out how the rest of the story would play out based on a single change in one scene. Turning Red is the upcoming 25th film coming from Pixar about Mei Lee, a confident 13-year-old Chinese-Canadian who is torn between staying her mother's dutiful daughter in the chaos of adolescence. Whenever she gets too excited or stressed, she poofs into a giant panda. With this upcoming film, I wanted to take a look further into the two trailers that were released and give my predictions on what this film is all about. We still don't have a full plot to go off of, but the official trailer gave us a lot more info. Before I go into the second one, I wanted to focus on the teaser trailer for a second to see what others have predicted from that trailer alone. Many people saw it as a trigger for Mei when she turned into a panda when she was anxious or worried or scared. The moment we see her in the classroom and her mother hiding behind the trees on campus, you can notice that this is not her first time she has seen her turn. And it turns out we were right about this. A while ago, I did a breakdown of a review of the first trailer of when the first trailer dropped from the Pixar Post and their prediction. And I went over the breakdown of the teaser to try to figure out what it could mean and what the film is all about.
The timing for this film, being around that late 90s, early 2000s, is so perfection.
Like, they narrated a little bit about the backstory.
Yes.
That there's like this mystical connection between, the Lee family and red pandas.
Mm-hmm.
People viewed Mei as a very likable character from the start. There were also various comments about the culture they have introduced and mixing it with the severity of emotions and what they can do to you. And even the thought of positive emotions are stronger than negative. From the way we are introduced to the panda, it was obvious that the panda had something to do with her emotions, but it wasn't quite clear why or how long she stayed that way. She just poofs into one. From what people said about the first trailer, people are excited about this release because they get to relate to Mei in a lot of ways. My predictions come from her mother. In the official trailer, we hear Mei say, "My whole life I've been perfect little Mei." This signifies her character arc, so the storyline could go in a way that Mei's mother shouldn't be so overbearing on her. It's not clear if her perfectionism stems from what she wants or it comes from her mother pushing it upon her. But as we see her spying on Mei throughout the trailer, it makes me believe she is trying to protect her or give an analysis on her behavior and how she treated this new power. The premise of the film could be following the journey of Mei trying to get rid of the power, as in the beginning she does not like it, even though later she is trying to get used to it. However, because we don't see the ending, she might never get used to it and not want it at all. The basketball scene shows that she eventually learns from it and learns to control it, as only her arm changes instead of her entire body when she gets angry. Another thing to say the least is Mei's personality at the start. She is introduced to us as a child who loves school and her friends, a very strong character from the second we meet her. Seeing as how she was like this, it doesn't give her a lot of room to grow, that is, unless comes some kind of conflict, which then comes the panda incident. What I think is that her parents, or at least her mother, has the same ability but has already learned to hide and control it. When you hear the father say,
"This happened already?"
It seems like there is a certain age that this happens, and it just so happened to be earlier than normal with Mei. But why? There's a lot of whys in this trailer, and since we don't have a full plot, it's even harder to speculate. My biggest prediction is the mom has the same ability. It wouldn't make sense that it would only be a temporary thing. There could also be questions regarding the spell and the family's affiliation with the mystical connection with red pandas. So if this runs in the family, how long does it last? Was her parents affected by this too? If so, do they have this ability as well and they've just been hiding it? There are many questions when it comes to any kind of special abilities. Many people admired also that her friends had no issue with this. The only issue here is getting used to this new ability. The moment that we see her at the kitchen table, the facial expressions we see from Mei and both her parents give the impression that starts her character arc, wanting to change from perfect to a little bit of a rebel. Mei and the fact that she turns only when her emotions get out of whack reminds me a little bit of Inside Out with Riley's emotions.
Riley needs you.
When Riley had a drastic change in her emotions, it caused her to almost make a terrible mistake. The difference here is Riley was going through a dramatic change of moving to a new home and having to change her entire environment with a new school and new friends. Of course, this isn't the case with May, as she's still in the same school and has the same friends as she goes through this. So I'm very much wondering on the new powers, and since her mother said it is a family connection, how did this connect with the others? So many questions that are yet to be answered until we get a further detailed plot. Given that the release is less than a month away, shouldn't be too much longer. So what do you guys think of these predictions? I'm curious to know what your predictions are and very anxious to know what the full plot will be laid out like. I can tell from a writer's perspective that the traits May has are very relatable for a lot of people, considering she has some trouble controlling her emotions. The film was expected to have a theatrical release on March 11th, but has since changed to a Digital Plus release on the same day, which Disney themselves were very disappointed about. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. And for more videos like this, we'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. It would really help out the channel and let us know that we are providing great content for you guys.